Well, tonight was one of those nights where it's not going to be a very long reaction. There's not a whole lot to react to. The Padres, they got their butt kicked. I don't think Mike Schilt has the option on this one to sit here and say that the Padres weren't outplayed in this game. I mean, Darvish left pitches over the middle of the plate, fastball up. That's not the best option there to Juan Soto. And then breaking balls over the middle of the plate to Judge and Stanton, and they're going to clobber those pitches. You know, it's one thing to throw a nasty breaking ball. It's one thing to throw a fastball up to those guys. But breaking balls down the middle, you know, Stanton's going to crush that. And that's exactly what he did. Judge did the same thing. Gleyber Torres with a liner that I think fans in the ballpark didn't think was going to go out, but definitely did. Balls were crushed, and the Padres, they had some fly balls that went deep, but a lot of them today were just lazy fly balls. I'm not going to sit here and say that they weren't trying, because I think that's ridiculous to say that they weren't trying. But it was just a flat night. They got outplayed in every facet. It sucked watching there. Sitting there at Petco Park tonight and watching that game. I mean, what made it worse is there was a freaking annoying fan that wouldn't shut up behind us until he got kicked out, thankfully. But that was all happening when, you know, the home run derby was happening there in that inning there. The game was over after that, obviously. The offense, didn't score anything. Got 3 hits in this game. Again, just a lot of lazy fly balls. So this is just one of those where the Yankees, they're a better baseball team than the Padres are. Right now, there's no doubt about that. I was just hoping that it would be more competitive. I thought it was going to be competitive like Padres-Dodgers. And it could be these next couple games, but tonight the Yankees, they made us look like we were the Chicago White Sox. It was embarrassing, no doubt. It was freaking embarrassing. Now, with Darvish, I'm not going to sit here and be worried about Darvish. He had 25 consecutive scoreless innings, I think, going into tonight, or before he gave up that first run in that first inning on the Volpe had the triple, and then he scored. I think a sac fly. He had been pitching really well coming off the IL. He just had some missed spots. I'm not going to freak out until we see, a string of these bad outings from Darvish. I guess the good news is it's not like the Padres were in a situation where they needed to use high leverage guys and didn't have them. Because if you looked at the bullpen chart going into tonight, Suarez was not going to pitch. Estrada was not going to pitch. So the good news is you could have those guys tomorrow and on Sunday. But I wonder how this homestand is going to work out, because this is not off to a good start. And then you got the Marlins coming in, and I think they have a bunch of lefties going in that series. And the Padres have really struggled against lefties this season. And tonight was one of those perfect storms for the Yankees in their favor. City Connect night, Padres have won like one game in City Connects this year. It's a home night game, which they are terrible. They're like 3-12, I think. Home night games, it's embarrassing. You can't use, marine layer, or, it's Petco Park. I mean, look at the balls the Yankees mashed tonight. By the way, Soto, mix of boos and cheers. I think the second at-bat, it was way more boos after. I think that was a lot of Padres fans that were cheering, maybe, just appreciating Soto in the first at-bat when he was introduced. Wasn't the same in the second at-bat. They were done with Soto. But you could definitely hear the boos. It was a mix, though, just to be clear, because I don't want to make it seem like it was only Padres fans booing him. There were cheers, but there were a lot of Yankees fans, obviously. And at the end of the game, for anyone that stuck around like I did, just sitting there, it felt like this was like a ninth inning Yankees closing it out at Yankee Stadium. That's what it felt like. Let's go Yankees chants. Now, Padres fans went right back at them. That went on for a while, but yeah, just a pretty flat, embarrassing, sucky night. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm surprised I went almost 5 minutes talking about this game, because there's literally really like nothing to talk about. The Padres just got crushed.